focus on PHMSA's regulation of the transportation and storage part of the natural gas industry, because natural gas, which as you know is mostly methane, that leaks from pipelines not only creates dangerous conditions for people and communities, it also contributes to and accelerates climate change. Methane is some 84 times more powerful than carbon dioxide over the first 20 years following its release. And the atmospheric damage that it causes, which includes the amounts accumulating in the atmosphere, combined to cause 25% of the global warming that we are experiencing today. Atmospheric concentrations of methane have increased 164% over the past 250 years, which is a direct result of human activities. Therefore, decisions made now about methane emissions will have a major impact on the rate at which the climate changes over the lifetimes of many Americans living now and spanning the next several generations. Methane also negatively affects human health. When it's released, other chemicals are often released as well, including cancer-causing benzene and also ozone, which contributes to smog formation. The good news is that detecting methane emissions from oil and gas operations, including pipelines and storage facilities, is both feasible and highly cost-effective. It's also getting better with every passing year. For example, Environmental Defense Fund worked with Google Earth with their street mapping cars, and we've been able to map gas leaks, including relatively small ones, from distribution pipelines in 12 cities around the United States. Another example, Picaro Incorporated, which is a leading vendor of natural gas leak detection equipment, did a major project recently with Public Service Electric and Gas in New Jersey, which I might note is also my home state, and found that the accuracy of its mobile methane emissions detection systems is some 1,000 times greater than that of legacy systems. It's able to detect methane at the scale of 1 part per billion. These kinds of high-sensitivity, advanced leak detection systems are mounted on vehicles and on aircraft, including drones, and can quickly locate gas leaks and help quantify them. In another study, ICF International concluded that methane emissions from the North American oil and gas sector could be cut by over 40% using equipment already on the market at a cost of less than 1 penny per 1,000 cubic feet of gas produced annually. Moreover, that study found that the value of gas not emitted into the atmosphere as a result of detection and mitigation measures amounted to well over $500 million a year. Accordingly, we believe that PHMSA must move in the direction of more reliable and comprehensive inspections of pipelines to ensure that those kinds of modern advanced leak detection systems are implemented throughout the gas transportation and storage supply chain. Now, looking ahead, and I want to say a couple of words about gas gathering lines, we see that there are over 300,000 miles of new onshore gas gathering lines that are expected to be built over the next 20 years. That's on top of the 435,000 miles of gas gathering lines already in place. The technology to prevent gas leaks from those thousands of miles of gathering lines and to find and fix them quickly when they do happen is here. It is cost-effective, it's good for the environment, it has the potential to save enormous amounts of natural gas that otherwise would be wasted. First, however, PHMSA must learn where those gathering lines actually are. Accordingly, Congress should ensure that PHMSA requires gathering line operators to participate in the National Pipeline Mapping System. Communities and first responders across America need to know where those lines are. 2 or 3 quick things in terms of additional congressional actions we believe are needed. We think there is no longer any reason, if there ever were one, to shield poor performers from the consequences of their decisions and actions. So we think that one of the things should happen is the elimination of the current cap on civil penalties. Second, Congress should remove the exemptions from PHMSA's requirements for safety-related condition reporting. And finally, and very importantly, and I have not heard it mentioned today, is the budget. None of the recommendations you'll hear today will matter in the long run unless Congress rejects the administration's PHMSA budget proposals. The President's budget request for FY 2020 includes a funding cut of almost 10% for pipeline safety, as well as additional staffing reductions at PHMSA. PHMSA must have the resources necessary this year and beyond to do its work if these conversations about its responsibilities and programs are to have any meaning. Thank you so much for the opportunity to testify.